So this isn't exactly like anything else I've ever put up on my channel before. Uh, I'm very, very disappointed with Dragon Ball Super, the new Dragon Ball series that's been out since I think June. It was announced in April around that time. Been out for a couple months, and I've wanted to like this show so much. I loved Z. I love the original series, Dragon Ball. GT was all right. Played all the games, just everything. I was so into the Dragon Ball just growing up, and I really came at this or wanted to go into the series with no expectations or set the bar low purposely because I didn't want to have that nostalgia from Z carry over. Just, oh man, it's gonna be action every minute. It's gonna be just fighting every second. Ironically, some of the, and I'll get into this later, some of the better parts of the show, or when it's not action, I'll explain that after all. Um, so when I heard the announcement, or when the announcement was made that day, I was so excited. I was so happy. I was so thrilled. I said, "Yeah, we're getting Dragon Ball back. It's come back 18 years. The first show, I'm 17. The first show in my lifetime. It never occurred to me when I was younger until probably 5, 6 years ago when the internet actually became readily available, at least to me, anyways. That the show, as I knew it on Cartoon Network and just in America, was just something from Japan that was several years older than I thought it was. That came out before I was even born, and here they were, finally bringing it over to America 6, 7 years after the fact. Case in point, GT ends in Japan in 1996, and it doesn't end in America until 2005. So I just never knew really how dated most of it was. But even then, I still enjoyed it. I wasn't mad or anything. But when you get uh, expectations like I had over it being a new series in the 21st century and just being something current and contemporary, I expected the animation to really be sort of what has been seen in just the different video games, in the openings, in intros of different stuff they've put out, merchandise and other materials Dragon Ball related. So when we eventually got the first episode and they showed the opening for it, I was so impressed. It looked so good. It looked so great, and I thought, this is what I wanted. This is what most people, I would think, anyways, would like to see that consider themselves Dragon Ball fans. Which is, that was kind of disappointment with Kai, which was that it was just Z except HD. I mean, we just redo the animation. It's not current. It's not new. But even then, I was impressed with it, and I was very happy about it. Too bad they messed that up real quick. But again, I'll get into that. So, first episode comes out, and it's, I think, Goku on a farm or something doing whatever, and I wasn't, it was, I actually thought it was all right. I knew it was kind of, I excused it, and I excused it because I didn't expect it to just automatically just one episode and just jump in all the action. Everybody's got some crisis emerging. I expected that to not occur, and it didn't. And I wasn't mad. I wasn't angry, and I was willing to look forward to whatever was coming out. So after that, we got the episode with Vegeta and him going over and on the cruise or whatever, and that was all. I enjoyed that as well. When we got into the sort of, basically, I enjoyed everything in that first arc, the Beerus arc, until the last, I want to say 3, 4 episodes with Super Saiyan God Goku fighting him, because I've already seen this. This was already in the movie. I already watched this. that was kind of the whole thing about this series. That was, oh, it's new Dragon Ball, it's new, but I already saw this. I already watched it. I don't need to see it again. And even when they were having the party or whatever, and they were showing those new scenes where, you know, there is a bingo tournament and this person says this and this person says that. I like that because it wasn't in the movie. It was new Dragon Ball. That was what I wanted. New Dragon Ball. And it was enjoyable to me because if it wasn't action, it was entertaining because these are characters I was used to, grown up with, had a fondness for, and I was willing to excuse it because it didn't bother me. It was something I was watching for entertainment, and I was entertained. Of course, they're not just trying to appeal to me, and understand that. But I think when you have a majority of fans, I mean, let's face it, the majority of fans saw Battle of Gods when it came out. They saw Resurrection F when it came out. I still haven't seen Resurrection F, but I with them putting out this adaptation on TV, I don't have to. And I guess their whole thing was, oh, we're going to, get everybody, and we don't need people inferring or having to figure out what happened. But I think it's really tacky to do that, and that's really what they've been doing this whole time. Because this was billed as being new Dragon Ball, new adventures, new action, new villains. I'm not really seeing anything new here. They gave us a fatter version of Beerus and a female version of Whis, which finally got names that I don't remember. Uh, Champa and something. I don't know, but I was very. Even then, I was excited because it was new. It was new, and they put them in the intro, and I went, "Oh man, I can't wait till we get to see them in the show." And about 4 or 5 months passes, and they're just now showing up. And yeah, they were in the manga, but why should I have to read a manga that's not even in, I live in America. Why do I have to read something internationally to get characters that were introduced to me months ago? And they're just now having the names revealed. All I'm saying is that I don't like when they try to promote something and it's so far off. You know, it'd be similar to them putting out a new intro where it's them fighting Frieza, which is what this new arc is about, and then at the end of it, Cell randomly shows up, and then he doesn't come up for another 20 episodes. And we were almost 20 episodes in when they finally showed up. I mean, they have places that count the amount of episodes, and you'll go and see that they just now started popping up, like 17, 18, uh, referring to the number of the episode. So I'm just, all in all, I don't like, I don't like seeing things over and over again. And when I watch these new episodes with the different things going on, it's still boring to me. I mean, none of this is entertaining. I watch it and I'm not entertained. I'm not, and it's mainly because I'll enjoy the scenes that were not in the film, were not released, were not put out, and I still won't like the stuff that's supposed to be the draw, the fighting, the action, the violence, because that was already in the movie. Why do I have to watch a? I'm just gonna say it outright, a cheaper looking version of the film. It makes no sense to me. I expect the show not to look as good as the movie. That's a given. But I don't see why I should have to sit through that because five people who randomly turn on episode one day won't know the entire story. I don't get that because I know for fact the way Resurrection F sold and the way Battle of Gods performed, that the majority of people watching this show are longtime Dragon Ball fans that saw those movies. And this whole thing about introducing them to the kids, they can go online to see those films. They can read the synopsises on wherever. It's readily available. This is the digital age, and I shouldn't have to watch something over and over again because, again, five people didn't see it. So that's really why I'm just not a fan of this series. I think at its best, it gives us scenes that are just reminiscent of the prior series because they will. essentially introduce us to characters we haven't seen in a long time or reintroduce us. But aside from that, it has nothing going for it. It's a cheaper looking version of the movie when it does its bigger storylines. And I hope after this arc they move into something original. Then I'll watch it and then I'll say, oh yeah, I like this. But until then, no. I can't stand it. It's not watchable to me. I don't think so.